Hello, my dear students. Myself, Dr. Sanjay Chhavda, Professor, Faculty of Land Governance, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. This session is related to functional accounting for BCom LLB 6th semester. This is from Unit 3, session number 13. Session name is Types of Audit. So dear students, in our last session we have discussed about meaning, definitions of audit, auditing, basic principles governing an audit, and then qualifications and disqualifications of an auditor. Now in this session we will discuss about types of audit. Now audit we can classify it on the basis of ownership, that is audit based on ownership, audit based on time, and audit based on objectives. I'll repeat: audit based on ownership, or audit based on basis of time, and audit based on basis of objective. So first we'll discuss about audit based on ownership. On the basis of ownership, audit can be: number one, audit of proprietorship. In case of proprietary concerns, the owner himself takes the decision to get the accounts audited. Sole trader will decide about the scope of audit and appointment of auditor. The auditing work will depend upon the agreement of audit and the specific instructions given by the proprietor. Then number two, audit of partnership. To avoid any misunderstanding, any doubt, partnership audits their accounts. Partnership deed on mutual agreement between the partners may provide for audit of financial statements. Auditor is appointed by the mutual consent of all the partners. Rights, duties, and liabilities of auditors are defined in the mutual agreement and can be modified by the partners. Audit of companies. Number three, under Companies Act, audit of accounts of companies in India is compulsory. Chartered accountants who is professionally qualified is required for the audit of accounts of companies. Companies Act 1913, 1930, for the first time made it compulsory for joint stock companies to get their accounts audited from a qualified accountant. A number of amendments have been made in Companies Act 1956 and 2013 regarding appointment, duties, qualification, powers, and liabilities of a qualified auditor. Then audit of trust. Number four, the beneficiary of the trust may not have access and knowledge of accounts of the trust. The trustees are appointed to manage and look after the property and business of the trust. Accounts of the trust are maintained as per the conditions and terms of the trust deed. The income of the trust is distributed to the beneficiaries as well as there are more chances of frauds and misappropriation of income in the trust deed as well as in the Public Trust Act, which provide for compulsory audit of the accounts of the trust by a qualified auditor. The audited accounts of the trust ensures true and fair view of accounts of the trust. And number five, audits of accounts of cooperative societies. The auditor of the cooperative society should have an expert knowledge of the particular act under which cooperative society is functioning. He should also study bylaws of the society and make sure that the amendments made from time to time in the bylaws have been duly registered in the registrar's office. Companies Act is not applicable to the cooperative societies. The registrar of cooperative societies shall audit or cause to be audited by some person authorized by him the accounts of the society once in every financial year. And then last, government audit. Audit of government offices and departments is covered under this heading. A separate department is maintained by Government of India known as Accounts and Audit Department. This department is headed by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. This department works only for the government offices and departments. This department cannot undertake audit of non-government concerns. Its working is strictly according to the government rules and regulations. So we have discussed about 6 types of objectives, 6 types of audit based on ownership. Number 1, audit of proprietorship. Number 2, audit of partnership. Number 3, audit of companies. Number 4, audit of trust. Number 5, audit of accounts of cooperative societies. And number 6, government audit. Now, types of audit based on basis of time. Number 1, interim audit. When an audit is conducted between 2 annual audits, such audit is known as interim audit. It may involve complete checking of accounts for a part of the year. Sometimes it is conducted to enable the board of directors to declare an interim dividend. It may also be for the purpose of dealing with interim figures of sales. Number 2, continuous audit. The continuous audit is conducted throughout the year or at the regular short intervals of time. A continuous audit involves a detailed examination of all the transactions by the auditor attending at regular interval, say weekly, fortnightly or monthly during the whole period of trading as defined by is quoted by T.R. Bartleby. A continuous audit is one where the auditor or his staff is constantly engaged in checking the accounts during the whole period, or where the auditor or his staff attends a regular or irregular intervals during the period. R.C. Williams. Then based on time, third one, first one interim audit, second one continuous audit, and third one final audit. Final audit means when the audit work is conducted after the close of the financial year. A final audit is commonly understood to be an audit which is not commercial, which is not commenced until after end of the financial period and is then carried on until completed. Then number 4, balance sheet audit. First one interim audit, second continuous audit, third final audit, and now number 4 balance sheet audit. These are on the basis of time. So balance sheet audit. Balance sheet audit relates to the verification of various items of balance sheet such as assets, liabilities, reserves and surplus, provisions and profit and loss balance. The procedure under this audit is to follow a backward process. First, the item is located in balance sheet and then it is located in original record for the purpose of verification. So we have discussed types of audit on the basis of objective, on the basis of ownership, 6 types, then 4 types we have discussed on the basis of time, and now on the basis of objectives. Now on the basis of objectives, the audit can be of following types. Number 1, internal audit. It implies the audit of accounts by the staff of the business. Any staff of business can go for internal audit. Any person having little bit knowledge of accounts or even accountant can be asked to check the accounts internal, that is internal audit. So it implies the audit of accounts by the staff of the business. Internal audit is an appraisal activity within an organization for the review of the accounting, financial and other operations as basis for preparation, as basis for protective and constructive service to the management. It is a type of control. Internal audit is a type of control which functions by measuring and evaluating the effectiveness of other types of control. It deals primarily with accounting and financial matters, but it may also properly deal with matters of operating nature. So, usually in big corporate houses, you will find internal audit too, because regular checking, regular auditing will help business to control, internally control, not only operating expenses, not only to control operating expenses, but even to control their assets also. And it will bring a sort of confidence to the management. Then number 2, cost audit. Cost audit is the verification of the correctness of cost accounts and adherence to the cost accounting plans. Cost accounting is the detailed checking of costing system, techniques and accounts to verifying correctness and to ensure adherence to the objectives of cost accounting to control cost audit. Then number 3, secretarial audit. Secretarial audit is concerned with verification compliance by the company of various provisions of Companies Act and other relevant laws. Secretarial audit report includes number 1, A, whether the books are maintained as per Companies Act 2013, or number B, whether necessary approvals are required, or whether the necessary approval is required from central governments, company law board or other authorities were obtained. So in secretarial audit, it is for company to fulfill 2 objectives as per Companies Act 2013, that whether these books of accounts are maintained as per Companies Act 2013, and number 2, whether necessary approval of central government has been obtained or not, if required in necessary cases. Then number 4, independent audit. Independent audit is conducted by the independent qualified auditor. The purpose of independent audit is to see whether financial statements give true and fair view of financial positions and profits. Mainly it is for safeguarding the interest of owner, state, shareholders and other parties who do not have knowledge of day-to-day operation of organizations. Then number 5, tax audit, very important. Nowadays tax audit has become very important to ascertain the accuracy of tax related documents. Tax audit mostly covers income returns, invoices, debit and credit notes and various current and fixed assets. Tax audit is an innovation of 21st century. It has added one more chapter to the practice of auditing. Tax audit ensures the validity and credibility of tax related documents. So students, these are the different types of audit. Once again, just to sum up, let us recap that types of audit is classified on the basis of ownership, on the basis of time, on the basis of objective. Now on the basis of ownership, like audit of sole proprietor, audit of partnership, audit of companies, audit of trust, audit of cooperative societies, government audit. On the basis of time, we can say internal audit, then continuous audit, then final audit, and number 4, balance sheet audit. And on the basis of objectives, internal audit. On the basis of time, it has interim audit, and then on the basis of objective, internal audit, number 2, cost audit, then secretarial audit, independent audit and tax audit. So these are the different types of audit. So for this, from this session, you can prepare what are different types of audit. Clear? Again, if you become a chartered accountant, you will become an auditor. So for you, it will help you in your future career if you know these types of audit. Thank you.